Animal testing by cosmetic companies is a problem that should be solved by banning the use of animals for cosmetic testing and replaced with technology or other alternatives. How many of you would purposely want to hurt an animal for your own personal gain? It is estimated that 100,000 to 200,000 animals suffer and die due to cosmetic testing. I said in an article written by the Humane Society written in 2013 titled About Cosmetics and Animal Testing. The article also goes on to tell us about some of the animals that are being used in these tests, some of which we would consider part of our own families. They include rabbits, hamsters, guinea pigs, rats, and mice. The cosmetic companies have many tests that they put these animals through, all depending on what data they are trying to achieve on a specific product or chemical. The article also goes on to describe some of these tests. The first one described being as a skin and eye irritant. Here, chemicals are rubbed onto the shaved skin or dipped into the eyes of rabbits. It also describes other tests such as force feedings that help determine what amount of a specific product or chemical causes death. With these details, we can gather that these animals are brought in only to be science experiments that will only look forward to pain and death. The article also goes on to describe some of the side effects of the testing on the animals, which include blindness, swollen eyes, internal bleeding, or organ damage, birth defects, and of course, death. These details may sound like they're coming from a horror film, but it is because they are. A horror film that these animals have to go through over and over again. Finally, the article goes on to inform us that there is no pain relief after all the torture is done. After they've been through all the pain, they are killed, normally by asphyxiation, neck breaking, or decapitation. But there are better ways for us to handle this. There are better ways for cosmetics to do their science experiments without hurting these animals. The first example of this can be given to us by an article written by PETA, titled Alternative to Animal Testing, written in 2010. The first example we are given as an alternative is biotech, which is a variety of cell-based tests and tissue models that can be used to assess the safety of drugs and chemicals and cosmetics. The article also tells us and informs us that studies show that these models can accurately predict the ways that drugs will react in humans, eliminating the use of animals for cosmetic testings. This tells us that these new technologies that we have come up with would be able to rid us of these cruel acts of animal testing. The next alternative that the article gives us is testing on humans. With this, we would have the most accurate test results out of any way, because we would be testing on the intended user of the products. We would also have a wider range of test results, being that each person has their own skin type, helping us determine what chemical reactions we would have to certain skin types. And another article written by PETA titled Animal Testing is a Bad Science, written in 2010, we see that the National Institute of Health has noted that 95% of all trials that are shown to be safe in animals fail in human trials. This tells us that the tests that they are doing on animals are failing on humans, therefore making the animal testing pretty much worthless, since it is not giving us any information on how it would react on humans. We also get a quote from a doctor, Dr. Elias Zerhoni, in this article says that the problem is that animal testing hasn't worked, and it's time we stop dancing around the problem. We need to refocus and adapt new methodologies for use in humans to understand disease and human biology. As you can see, these animal testing first do not work and are cruel as can be. We need to stand up for our fellow animals and show businesses such as Michael Kors, NARS, Yves Saint Laurent, Tom Ford, all these companies in cosmetics that are supporting animal testing. By watching what we purchase and boycotting these companies, we can make a difference. Other small organizations that are trying to make a difference in this is the Non-Human Rights Project. When they write in an article that they are the only civil rights organization in the US dedicated to securing rights for non-human animals. They also provide a link where you can donate and see what work they are doing in the legislative branch of the US. Another organization that is helping to get rid of this cruel act is the Humane Society, with links to an outline where you can write a message or a letter to your representative to urge them to endorse the Human Cosmetics Act to stop these cruel acts that these cosmetic companies are doing. As we can see, we can all come together and stand against these companies to stop these cruel acts, making our world a little better of a place, a little at a time. Thank you.